Roy Brown is here today with us. He owns property on Main Street, and he has been talking with me over the last year about various options of proposals for his property. And I've suggested that he come to the board today to talk to us. I don't anticipate us making any type of decisions. I'm just trying to initiate some dialogue on how we can approach any type of redevelopment for downtown Wauchula. Roy, if you'd like to come up, welcome. Is that a sufficient introduction for you?
That was great. I came here not knowing what I wanted to say, but after I got here, I started thinking, what does Hardy County need, or what does Wauchula need?
We'll let Mike over just for
To make Wauchula or Hardy County great again, okay? I've been here all my life. I need to get rid of some subdivisions. Everybody, I've done some investigation to try to get somebody to come to Hardy County to, for instance, put a restaurant in. Some properties could be restaurants. They don't want to come here unless they have at least 25,000 tin tops. You may not know what tin tops are, but that's houses or places that somebody can stay, or individuals. And so we're not gonna get anything like Chick-fil-A or Popeyes, and I kept telling them, you know, we got 17 now, and all the Northerners gonna come right down 17 and go to Naples, and they gotta stop here somewhere, but they don't seem to guess that we have a good location for any of that right now. So I have 3 subdivisions that have been, two was platted, I guess, or semi-platted, and I've been unable for the last 10 years to even get any housing started. Lots of reasons. You can go to Highlands County and get a lot for $2,000. In Wauchula, for many years, they wanted $8,000 to just allow you to have water to your lot. Now that, I think, was lifted just recently, but we can't build houses in Hardy County. If we can't build houses, we're not gonna have industry. We're not gonna, well, we can have industry, but they're gonna have to live somewhere like Highland County or Avon Park. And at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, if you're coming back from Avon Park, you can't pass because everybody's going that way. And I think that we need to do something to try to get some development in the way of houses and jobs. If y'all are doing jobs, there's a lot of jobs here now, but nobody has a place to stay. I have rental property, and this is the first time probably in 5 years I don't have anything for rent. Everything I've got is rent, and people are still calling. You're short, and it may be that the economy is finally picking up after 10 years, and maybe everything's gonna happen. Well, I've held Main Street, Wauchula, the property there for over 20 years, probably $85,000 in taxes, and I haven't made a penny from it, but needless to say, I've had people just recently finally, for instance, I went to Brazil and got teeth put in. The guy wants to come up here and start manufacturing teeth in Florida, and he would say he would come to Wauchula. I've got to help him get here though. Having a license down there and having a license here are 2 different things, so we got to find a blind dentist, and we might get that done. But I've tried to bring a lot of people to Hardy County. They don't have any place to stay when they come. That's one thing. They'd have to build them a house, so they're looking 6 months to a year away from doing anything. But I say housing is number one. I'm not trying to sell housing today because I don't have it, but that needs to be developed. Main Street, Wauchula, we need to make it great again too. I can remember when Main Street, Wauchula had a lot of things going. When it's coming back, Walmart killed it, but it's coming back very rapidly. And I have a nice spot down there. I think that could be something. The tooth manufacturing was one thing. I've had anytime Jim was wanting to come in there just recently, I've had people calling. Just as yesterday, I had a stylist, a men's hairstylist, wanting to move in an empty place I have on Main Street, and that may happen by the 1st of the year. So yes, I'd love to see us do something with the building I have now. It can't be all me. I'm having a hard time doing it all by myself. And I think I'm getting too old to do it really, but I'm still marketing, and I'd love to see something happen with that piece of property. It's in a good location. You're getting ready to have maybe 20 new residents on Main Street, which will that 20 more tin tops going in. And it may become a time when that we will have a lot of development along 17. That's basically all I have to say about it. I properties here in the county. I'd love to get rid of all of them, move up with my kids in Atlanta. It's fun to be in Atlanta. Any questions?
Do you have any idea what type of investment it would take to retrofit your building on Main Street?
Retrofit.
From this condition it's in today, to bring it up to code, to,
It mostly meets code right now for just a big open area, but whatever you put in there is gonna have to be another code. I envision maybe dividing it up into 3 sections of, it's 9,000 feet that I have available, and into 3,000 feet apiece, and maybe that could even be divided up if it wanted to. It would need, air conditioning, it would need, partitions, it would need flooring, it would need ceilings, it would need, it'd probably take, a good $50 a square foot, I think, to do something. The city of Wauchula about 6 years ago offered to give me $100,000 a bay to develop it, but there was nobody wanting to come to town, so there was no reason to develop it. Now there is. I think it's a good spot for people to be downtown. That's right downtown. And, the roof is in pretty fair shape. It just got rejuvenated, and, the structure went through about 5 hurricanes, so I'm sure it's still good. It's structurally sound. It's got brick that's 6 wide on both sides, so it's very insulated. Even in the summertime, it's not hot in there. So it's a very well-built building for being built in the 20s. So what would it cost to renovate it? Say $50 a square foot, maybe be max, and that's into doing a lot of things. And we could put, and I've had a lot of inquiry to do things, to somebody to come to town. I didn't want a nightclub, but he got approved for a nightclub one time, but it didn't happen, so I'm glad that it.
is it realistic to think of that property as a retail location? Is there adequate parking to have enough traffic going in and out to support 9,000 square feet of retail space, or should it be office or service industry such as a hairstylist?
Service industry would be great, office would be great, government business, which I have a government was trying to come into one piece. I still have 3,000 feet there that I'm renting. And
Is
I've got-
parking an issue though?
It hasn't been to them, but,